Hello and welcome back to Railway Empire. We're sat in Birmingham, which currently ends just here. Facing the south anyway. We're not, we're facing the north. Well, the northwest. Today we're going to continue down to Northampton and Oxford. We'll also have the bypass of the West Coast Main Line heading past Northampton. And then we'll branch in the other way as well. What we don't have on the map is Coventry, which would be right there. Which makes sense. Oh, that's sad music. I keep thinking I've done something wrong when that music goes. Oh dear. Anyway, conductors, yes, we need those now, don't we? Because we are slightly short on conductors. Not too bad, not too terrible. But we did put a lot of passenger trains in. As I click on 2 trains that both have conductors. What about you? Do you have... They all have conductors. Did we get them all in? Surely not. Ah, there we go. There we go. Let's get a conductor on you and we'll get going with a bit of a build. Yes, absolutely. You're a new applicant as well. And you give our engineer a happy face. So that's always good. Our money is going up so fast. It's beautiful. Right, what do we want to build today? We should take a look at the state of play, shouldn't we? Security guard. No, we're going to take the security guard first. Well under 200 remaining. That is going up rapidly as well as our money. Yes, we've got to get a move on then. We can't build in Peterborough just yet. But we do have grain up here. And grains, while we do have some down in Wales. Is that still Wales? Yes. You can just see the pig's face there. And there's his ears. But anyway, yes, we've got some grain in Wales. We do have a warehouse up here. And we have some... Where's the rest of the grain? Oh, just north of Peterborough. It would be nice, wouldn't it, to get grain into this warehouse regardless. Which I would say we're going to need something big here. And if we can buy it, that would kind of be nice. What do you know? That might be worth it. It's currently at 71.4%. I was hoping it would go down. Right, let's get on a security guard. If we've got a freight line that is close. This one's fairly close, isn't it? Yeah. Security guard on to you. Do we have any other passenger services that need a conductor? You do. There we go. We found another one. It's nice that we've got dedicated freight locos now, isn't it? Money. I can't do stuff fast enough. Right, let's get the building tools up. If the time's ticking and we're not spending this money, we've missed a trick, haven't we? And while I am recording, that tends to happen a little bit. While I waffle on, listen to the music and try and describe as best as I can my thought processes, as they're sometimes a little all over the place. So what do we do? What do we do? Grain. Grain I would really love to get up into that warehouse. I know we could take this one eventually, but I have no idea when the rest of Wales unlocks. Again, this moving into these cities would be lovely because it's a base requirement, isn't it? It's like right at the bottom, a starter requirement for every city. I would like to buy it though. I'm going to definitely buy this one because we're going to make solid use out of this one. We will get a little less. I know we're getting it at 71%, but that means it's already active. Obviously because of Peterborough. Yeah, it might even go to some other towns. But thanks to our trait... Oh, what we got here? Yeah, thanks to our trait with auctions, we save a fortune on those. Low... Oh, supplies. Is there not a... I thought I put one on. There isn't. There's not a supply tower on there. Well, I mean, we've got one here. It might be better to put the other one on this section so we're not sharing the line for supplies. How many conductors would we like today? I say all of them. Okay, you've got conductors. Has everybody got a conductor now? I think that we're good, aren't we? We've got this line. Is that a mixed service or is that freight service? I think that's freight only, isn't it? Surely, yeah, that's a freight only service. Do you have a conductor on? You do not. Look at... No, you do. You have 3 staff on there, one of which is a conductor. 2 of these should be freight. 2 of these should be passenger. Is that correct? No, that one's a passenger train. Well, let's get you on there. What we should do then is change the freight train to have a freight loco. That would make more sense now. I don't think we had it, did we, at the beginning, the Derwent? There we go. Get you on there. Tidying up a few things. We can bring apples into Hull, couldn't we? And potatoes. Potatoes are required, aren't they? Fairly early on. Well, actually, no, they're quite a distance. Okay, let's get this up and running. Now, we could have this a warehouse, couldn't we? That would deal with the kind of East Coast, wouldn't it? We'd need something more central as well. I mean, that's fairly central. Yeah, we could deliver grain from there and not take it back, of course. And we might be able to bring something back from this warehouse. Like, what don't we have over this side? Well, we've got meat down there, but we could technically bring meat in. Perhaps we could start sending cloth there from Manchester. That might be a thing we do. Especially the end product from Liverpool as well could go in there, so we take stuff back. Oh, I like it. We've got room here for another warehouse, possibly, when things get a little more hectic. It'd be sort of a freight bypass, wouldn't it? And warehouse. We could even have it attached to Birmingham directly. Okay, let's go for it. Let's go with just a small warehouse to start with. Is that right? Yes. We've got this terrain going on, which is not pleasant. But if we can make it half decent, where's the Peterborough train going to go? But we're going to have to sit sort of that angle, aren't we? We could, yeah, we can scoot past it. We can probably have some sort of junction here. We don't really need it at the moment, but we could. Well, it'd be better up. Oh, I don't know. We're going to cross over, aren't we? The other track. Depends. It depends. Could we sit it here, perhaps? The junction. And then we could drift in that way and snake out and then go up. And yeah, we've cut off our maintenance yard this side, which was not the best idea I've had. Or, well, it's mainly for dealing with branching off before Northampton, isn't it? But it would have been nice if we could have branched off that way. Oh, it'll be fine. It will be fine. We can get around the outside, couldn't we? Possibly. Peterborough and Northampton are nice and close on the map. I think Coventry would have been far too close. So how are we going to make this work? This is a possibility just here, somewhere up there. Yeah, I would like to put it in. Do we have the money for it? They're expensive, but not too expensive. Like sitting on this section. And we can split then, couldn't we? And have two other? Possibly two other maintenance yards? If we go one there, we can use that one, can't we? To get into, to come down. So we can go up and round. They will use it to turn round. We could send it that way and it will turn round. But I'm thinking we could also drift off up north with this track as a freight line. Yeah, okay, so we have a plan. Yeah, I like that. That'll work, won't it? This one can then drift off into Nottingham. Yeah, all the tracks are kind of pleasant. This does give us a connection this side. Now, this would have to be... I don't know. This is going to bypass Birmingham, this one, isn't it? But we need to get across there as well. So if we come out that way, and then we continue off that way, could we have another maintenance yard perhaps sat in there? That way these two can join in. And this is for what? What would we need that for? Well, we could have, yeah, if we're thinking about having a... warehouse around here. That could work, couldn't it? We could drift into it and then split. One go off to the warehouse, one continue down, bypass Northampton and join in. We'll have another maintenance yard down here. I keep saying maintenance yards. If you're new to the channel, I use them as junctions, automated junctions. Right, we're going to need to hit play because we've already spent quite a bit. I doubt we're anywhere close to... oh, I've got Christmas outfit on now. Well, I haven't. That's not me. I don't look anything like that, that's for sure. And Erisay's not blonde. But, yeah, we've got the Christmas outfits on. Isn't that quaint? Anyway, I didn't even notice that. I started the game up and just didn't pay attention. That's obviously how they look. What I'm thinking, though, is... could we get into here and branch off before? Because the warehouse is up there. I guess we could follow this track, right? We could just come down here. Go into there, and then that allows us to get into the warehouse. Oh, you can get in here. Look at that. Well, guys, that looks like a plan, doesn't it? That doesn't look like a plan. No. Can we go at 1% grade? This would give us a bit of a cross-country route. Down this side, we could even have a maintenance yard here. If we wanted to. I don't think it'll be needed, though. If we can drift round that way. Yeah, that's all we need, isn't it? And then we can just head across the country there as a freight line. I mean, eventually it might also be maybe a cross-country passenger service and drift off that way as well into Manchester there. Yeah, I like that. I mean, we could share this. This is a bit of a strange dead end, isn't it? But yeah, why not have that? It could just be an industrial line, couldn't it? So we're almost there, aren't we? We've almost got this connected. Well, we've run out of money, so we're not doing anything just yet. It's going to be getting over from Nottingham down this end. I think it'll be possible, though. It's just going to be a bit clumsy getting across, but it shouldn't hold up our trains too much. I would like a bit more room to work with, but we've got this... it's going to be an interesting bridge going across there, isn't it? Can we go down further? No, I think it goes up and down, doesn't it? That's the problem with that. Oh, there we go. If we start branching a little sooner... It depends, doesn't it? It depends what this sits like. That's awful. Oh, there, that's tidier. It's like a nice double bridge going on. Oh, I like that. It's a bit wiggly, perhaps, but it's a nice little double bridge, isn't it? There we go. Get you in there. This is going to be the tricky part, because we're going to have to scoot across. It's purely for the grain, really. Oh, I like that. I take it back, guys. It's rather beautiful. Yeah. We just need one signal to deal with that, don't we? Do we have the angle to get on before the bridge? I think we're asking a bit much, aren't we? Yeah, we can't get on before the bridge, but we can have a whole bunch of bridges here. That should be fine. If we can drag that down... Oh, go on. Just there. I know it's a 4% grade, but we might be able to... There we go. Just tidy that up. Oh, this is going to be a network and a half. Yes, security guard, please. Thank you. Do we have any... this one. Do we have any... Yeah, this one needs a security guard. That's a short-running freight line, isn't it? Fairly short. This is looking rather lovely. Well, it's not a double bridge. It's just a single bridge. Don't know how I managed to do that, but I'll absolutely take it. Right. Got to wait for a bit of money now. We are making a little more from our freight, thanks to our security guards in this episode. We're also making a fortune from passengers and mail, thanks to those conductors that we got as well. Now, if this connects in, this is absolutely beautiful. I am really surprised that went in, but I'm really happy about it as well. There we go. Now, we want you heading that way. You heading that way. Then we can connect you up as well. What we might be able to do... Did I actually put that in? Yeah, it won't be one after the bridge. We might be able to squeeze in a little bit of a supply tower in here. It'll be tight. No, not if we do it near the bridge. Yeah, stick it there. Plenty of room at the back there. And plenty of room across the bridge. Oh, it's beautiful. Right, more signalling is required now. Can we squeeze you just after that bridge? We can. I mean, it's not really required. We've got one here. It doesn't matter doubling up on signals because your trains will just keep moving. Right, let's get this bit signalled up. Down here, it's one way. Well, it's two way, but it can only go one way. Yeah, it's predetermined by our junctions, either end of it. What we need is another supply tower in here. I've just realised I'm letting our money get a little bit low, and if a spy appears, I'll regret everything, and I will just delete something so we can afford it. Right, what do we think to this Nightmare Junction? I'm actually kind of impressed with it. That's rather lovely. Yeah, and we've got our other supply tower down here. These two off the line there. We don't stop here either. What we could possibly do is just tidy up the signalling in between this section. I definitely don't want a supply tower on the merging section. As, we don't need trains sat there, do we? We definitely didn't need that one that close after the junction. We might be better off reorganising these a little bit. Just spacing them evenly. So we can keep our trains flowing. There we go. See, we can fit a few more in there. And we can, yes, we can fit another one in there. Might as well make it one way. That's a lot tidier. Beautiful. That does mean what we have now. Let's make sure we've got grain in there. Stick it on max. We have got grain that can head all the way up to Liverpool and Manchester into this warehouse. And possibly Wrexham too. Although Wrexham can maybe make use of this a little bit later on when we have that. How are we doing on our tasks? Almost there. Almost there. I'm going to set this one up, guys. While I'm building, time isn't moving. But we are spending every penny we've got. Which I'll take. Right. You get there. And there. And we will have a supply tower, I think. Yeah, just there will do quite nicely. And then we'll branch off that way. Right. New locomotive. We own this. We will.
The importance of the railway with reference to traffic of commodities can't be argued away. And finally, the way to London is clear.
Okay, quickly. New task. We got a gold tick, guys. I left it off the screen this time. Our next one, 1837, is to connect London and Liverpool, which our network already allows for. Once we connect up Oxford and London. So that'll be our next step, and we'll do that as quickly as possible. However, we can still do this, can't we? We might as well get grain sent into there. Freight only. Oh, what have I done there? I've added a waypoint. Don't want that. Priority. We'll prioritise this. Grain. We do want every rail car. Eventually there'll be more goods in here, but we want to prioritise our grain as that's what it will mainly be. And what we want to do up here is... actually, we need to change this. Don't keep adding stuff. We need to change this, don't we, to include grain. And we want to max that out. There we go. There we go. Now what we can do back at our... Oh, what we got here? Fishing village near Glasgow. I'll take it. I mean, we'll get a discount on that, won't we? Come on, come on. Well, we can get this up and running, can't we? Absolutely. Get you running. You should be full of grain. And what we'll do is at this warehouse, we'll make sure we don't take grain back. Otherwise, you're just shipping grain backwards and forwards. And we'll leave it to decide whatever it likes on the way back. There we go. So our next task, the one that's been hovering here for episode 2 or 3, perhaps, maybe 1. I don't know. It was early on, wasn't it? London to Liverpool. We are connected via Birmingham already, all the way up to Liverpool there. It's not the most pleasant of journeys. We could potentially turn this into a maintenance yard so that we could branch off that way. Or we could just go off early here, couldn't we? And then go that way and not go through the warehouse for passengers. We could even come round the back here and then we can have another station in Liverpool. Oh, I like it. I like that as an idea. Should we connect up a couple more cities then? There we go. We have London on the map. Lots of new industries to hook up, including fish down there. And we've got Cambridge and Peterborough and Norwich. Well, where's Ipswich? There's a rivalry that's not happening on this map. Oxford. So we need a new... We're just going to go with these, aren't we? New train station in Oxford. This one's dealing with the north. The one below it we're dealing with the south. We should be able to drift off to London there. We could even bypass, couldn't we? As well. So Oxford into that line. We should really think about a junction here, shouldn't we? A maintenance yard. Well, I'll tell you what. Should we find out what our new task is first? We want that one to be in there. We can worry about adding maintenance yards once we've got this all hooked up, can't we? What's up with you there? Why won't you connect? Are you connected? You're not, are you? No, you kind of drifted off. Why is that? Oh, I think you've sorted now. Are you sorted? There we go. That was a little bit bizarre. Not sure what was going on there. Yeah, we'll go for a quick connection and we'll even get trains running. Why not? We'll just go with a standard supply tower connection. We may have a Birmingham to Nottingham train. I mean, Oxford to Nottingham train. Why not? One. Here we go. We'll go up to Nottingham there and then back. And we'll have this as a mixed service. Automatic? No, we'll have this passengers and mail. Do we? Yeah, they're all meat, aren't they? So we'll have this passengers as mail, but it'll go all the way through. We'll have a Birmingham to Oxford as well. But I like the idea of having one that continues all the way up to Nottingham. There we go. Get you on there. And then we'll have one that's going from Birmingham to Oxford. That is also passengers and mail. Not the freight train, the John Bull. Get you on there. Do we have enough money now for a station in London? We do. Now, there's obviously not enough room in London to build as many train stations as I would like. So we're going to have to improvise a little bit here. Maybe we can have one dealing with the north and then one dealing with the... Oh, it's not really worth dealing with the south entirely via one terminus though, is it? No. I think what we need to do is just have the terminus for most northern routes, which would kind of be King's Cross. Oh, there's Big Ben. Well, it's not Big Ben, is it? No, it's Big Ben's the bell. But I'm going to say Big Ben regardless. We've got to have one that comes through that's going to go to Dover and Brighton. And then the rest can deal with the north. And then we need the west as well. Goodness me. This is going to be ridiculous trying to fit this in. So which one is the Oxford one going to go into? Be Victoria, wouldn't it? But a through station. We're going to have a through station, guys. If we can squeeze it in. Because we need to deal with everything else on the map as well. So you are going to go like that. That's the one we're going to use. It's going to get so busy out of London. But we can, I guess we can drift to Southampton that way, couldn't we? And Brighton and Dover that way. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We can make that work. And then we'll have fake King's Cross heading up. Yeah, because we're not going to squeeze that in. There's Big Ben anyway stopping us. Not Big Ben. Tower of London, is it? Oh, I can't remember the name of it. The Tower of Westminster. Westminster, that place. One of these is the west, isn't it? Well, yes, we're going to go south to the west. It's quite confusing, especially the way this is set up on the map. This one should be able to deal with freight and also connect up to Oxford, but on that side, on the inside, I think. And then we've got room for freight on the outside in both directions, or to head up to Northampton there from Oxford. That well-known route.
If you succeed in flourishing in the capital as well, it should help to overcome even the last resistance and to facilitate the construction of railways in the future considerably. In a metropolis like London, it could get quite confusing. The locomotive engines start to impede each other gradually. You could create some space and upgrade your train station with signalling control. The points operators will take care of the traffic so it runs more smoothly.
Was that a new thing? I feel like that's old news. This must have been when they introduced signal controlled, because they didn't used to have it, did they, as far as I can remember? It might have been a bit of a nightmare in a completely different game without that. I'm glad it was introduced though. Should we take a look at our new tasks? Right, reach a population of 100,000 in London of all places. Well, we know what we're doing next, don't we? By 1840, we're currently in 1833, early 1833 as well. I mean, we're still going to connect all this up. Yeah, this is the one that's heading up that way. And this is going to branch off and into Industrialville out here. We've got wood. We've got apples. Do we have grain this way? What is it with grain? We've got grain right over near Norwich. We've got grain between Dover and Brighton. We're going to definitely need some sort of warehouse happening, aren't we? Probably in all these fields over here that could deal with London, Cambridge, Northampton, and Oxford, and Peterborough. Perhaps we can have maybe a couple of warehouses here dealing with all those. That'd be kind of nice. All right, so we've got this hooked up. We are a long way off getting this up to 100,000, but we'll do our best. Oh, we're going to need more money than that, Mr. T. Conductor, yes, we'll get you on. We just put some passenger trains on, didn't we, up this end? You get on there. There we go. I'm hoping we get another spy soon. Although our money should start creeping up. It's nice that we're delivering grain here now. I don't know when we're going to see it. We will need, I'll tell you what we're going to need on there. Yes, definitely going to need a maintenance yard on there, because that train doesn't pass through one. Oh, it does here, but it's kind of in the wrong place. It needs to be more there, doesn't it? Maybe we could change that into a maintenance yard. It's on a hill though, and unfortunately there's no way to lower or raise a station when you're placing it like you can with the track points. I'm hoping that is something they bring in for Railway Empire 2. All sorts of excited about that. Right, accountant. Now, if you give us a green arrow, you are going to be a new member of staff. Who do you make happy? You make our station master happy. Well, I'll take it. Emily Webber, you are replacing Tim Deering. Tim, you're fired. Or we're letting you go. Oh, I don't know how to say that nicely. You're no good any longer. Can you tell I don't fire people? Right. Right, we've got stuff going. We've got stuff happening. We will need to add some maintenance yards in here for junction work. Otherwise, it's going to get ridiculously busy very quickly. We're also going to need more and more maintenance yards on our stations. Oh, money's a bit tight, isn't it? Is there a good place to end it? No, we need a train that runs from London to Birmingham, I think. Yeah, there we go. It's a bit busy, but I'll take it. And then we'll come back to Oxford. And we'll have you automatic. Do we? I think we will have a dedicated freight train doing that. We can have one heading off to Northampton as well. Yeah. It might actually be a nice freight train to mirror this as well, but I feel like I want to use a different station to that. So this one is going to be passengers and mail only. And it's going to be the John Bull. And then we'll have another train mirroring that on the way back. That will be passengers and mail only. And we'll get you running as well. And that should do. Yeah, we'll have another service that heads up to Northampton once we've got enough money to put this in. 300 and... Where did all that money come from? I have no idea. Yeah, this is going to need a bit of an upgrade. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Not yet. I might do it, though. Yeah, there we go. Let's get that bumped up. Now it's already looking the business, isn't it? We've got plenty of room there for our trains to head in, so we're connected to London. Our next goal is to concentrate solely on London by 1840, probably and hopefully a lot earlier than that. So we need to see to their basic needs, which will be grain, fish, apples, ham and cider, which they already make. So we just got to throw loads of apples at London. Ham, we've got a few cities that produce ham that are around us. We've got fish not too far away from us, and we've got grain, which we can start thinking about a warehouse, and then we'll start pushing London. Connection bonus for Peterborough, is that? We're not going to put you in just yet. We'll do that next time out. What we'll do for now is we'll just quickly take the bonus so I don't have to worry about it, and then we'll delete it. There we go, 380,000. That's nice, isn't it? Nice way to end that episode. Alright guys, we're just pulling into Oxford. We're on our London-bound train, one of our first trains heading into London. And next time out, we've got it all to do, haven't we? We have to get London growing fast. Lots of freight needs to be done. Lots of warehousing needs to be sorted. I think we can manage that quite nicely. I'm going to assume that Big Ben, I'm just going to call it Big Ben, is a tourist attraction of some sort that increases the desirability around there. I'm hoping it works like a museum. Either way, we'll work on that. We just passed 1 million in the bank. How is that even a thing? Alright guys, thank you for watching. Maybe we'll see Big Ben round the corner when we get there. And until next time, take care.